final game of the night here in week 6, and here's the give. How prophetic. It's to Thomas, and he rips off a first down run. Devin, you suggested it'd be important, and they go there right away.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good job of finding a way to get things going. Don't put all the pressure on Stu, who played well a week ago, to make all the plays.
Let's talk power-ups or Gatorade Power Play. It's a 7-on-6 edge. Wendy's Flip the Field, our version of the punt, and the progressive 5th down. After 4 downs, you can turn once a game to a progressive 5th down. Remember, coaches can trigger these, but you, the fans, have the final say, and you don't have to use them. We see fans getting better and better at the application of these power-up opportunities.
And remember, the power play works for 1 first down or a scoring play or a turnover. So sometimes you want to save those for clutch times where you need to score. Sometimes you want to save those for when you're in the progressive blue zone. So consider those things as we go along. But a lot of these Zappers fans, man, they just want to get some offense because this is a squad. They got their first win last week. QB Stu back on in here and hoping to replicate last week.
Yeah, 3 touchdown passes for Stewart last week. And it felt good to get back and play some meaningful football. Here's James Harden. A blur up the right sideline. Just 5'8", 181, low center of gravity, and he is tough to stop when he gets moving in space. As we look at our officials closing out the night, Curtis Livingston in the white hat, Elias Lisenby, Marquez Thomas, and Robert Hampton are your crew.
I'm a bit surprised that, James Harden isn't used more, right? Small stature, but extremely explosive, extremely quick, extremely fast. So I would expect to see him in those jet sweep scenarios get more opportunities and more cracks at it, if you will, so that he can put his skills on display because he's yet to find the end zone in the SF this season.
Yeah.
And he was someone that this team valued very early on as a keeper pick. So Zappers fans have a lot of faith in him. It just hasn't translated yet to the numbers.
Okay.
Looked like a little confusion on this play, so if it gets drawn up different than what we selected, let's see what happens.
Stewart has time to the end zone and lunging for that football and hauling it in. James Harden. What else do you want to tell us about that's going to happen in the future, Devin?
What's the lottery number?
Call me Nostradamus. I mean, it is what it is. I do what I can.
Devin Damas over here, man.
Yeah, the Gardner prophecy.
Wow.
You know what's really interesting, though? I remember in the first week he had a poster that said, "I'm the real James Harden." And it would have been perfect for this week as the real James Harden that we would think the basketball player is out of the playoffs as he reaches out and makes that play. And he looks like he could be the real James Harden after a catch like that.
All right, chat on Twitch right now. I all want you to say, thank you, Mr. Gardner. Just do it right now. Thank you, Mr. Gardner, because he called both of those plays. And QB Stu has y'all up to an early lead.
2-point try.
And y'all need it. Again, this playoff implication in this game, no one gets eliminated other than the Zappers. Zappers lose, they're out.
Go!
And there it is.
Williams for 2, and that one just shy of the TO zone. And it stays 6-0 in favor of the Zappers. We'll take a quick timeout and come back after this break.
Thank you, Mr. Gardner.
Zappers ahead 6-0. Let's talk fan leaderboards. And this is the impact that you, the fans, are having on this game. Degon, this is the Zappers touchdown leaderboard.
Yeah, and as the team with the largest discrepancy, they have a lot of points against. Not a lot of touchdowns to be talked about here, but Richard K. and not McTunafish, we say their names every time Zapper fans come on up. And again, in the case of a tiebreaker, it will be the fans that will be flown out here to Pullman Yard to break the tie and call the plays in a man-up challenge for all the playoff marbles here. So again, if you're one of these fans here, if you're a fan for the Zapper here, fan for the Glacier Boy, keep calling those plays and raise your fan IQ for your squad.
That's Bryson Aline on the carry to get things started here for the Glacier Boys on offense. Big thank you to our Fan Control Football broadcast partners, including Twitch at twitch.tv/FCF, NBCLX, Peacock. If you're on Peacock, head to channels and then select NBCLX. And for those watching internationally, on DAZN. Remember, playoff positioning at stake. Let's talk fan IQ. And Degon, you just hit on this, the importance of why you'd want to be at the top of this leaderboard should there be a tiebreaker.
Yeah, and it's Broncos 420 leading the way here by almost 6,000. That is 6 touchdowns or 5 touchdowns and a win difference right here for our top fan of the Glacier Boys.
This time Barrett throwing and connecting with Cedric Bird for a first down. And Cedric Bird has his 8th reception on the season, and he'll move the proverbial chains here for the Glacier Boys.
Richard Sherman talked about the inability for the quarterback to run, right? Barrett just not the most athletic guy in the running game. But those are ways that you can get kind of the same principle in the RPO game where you have Bryson Aline doing a good job of carrying out his fake, and then he hits that slant right behind him. It kind of serves as the same option. Now, in the scramble game, you're not going to get a whole bunch from Barrett, but in that scenario for design quarterback type runs, the RPO is the next best thing.
And we've seen him not be afraid to take the run option. He faked out the whole building last week with a jet sweep to the left. He pulled it out and walked into the end zone on the right side. It was one of the greatest options I have seen a quarterback do, especially because everyone knows him as not that mobile, but he made 100% the right plays. We're going pig switch here. Got to post, and then the fade to the left, and then the underneath drag to see for safety.
Yeah, that was amazing trickery by Barrett last week on the carry. He'll throw this time and able to come up with it. The completion there and inside the progressive blue zone. That's more Cedric Bird. So the slot receiver out of the University of Hawaii with a couple of important catches here on this drive. As we welcome you upstairs, Degon and Devin Gardner, Greg Meskel here with you, closing out week 6 and winner go home time for some of these teams. Yes, we have one more week to go next weekend, but for the Zappers, we've talked about it, they really have to try and get in gear. Picked up their first win last week, so maybe trending in the right direction.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can see Stu is as comfortable as a cucumber because he didn't have a whole bunch of opportunities early. He played not so good, then he played all right, and then he just didn't get another chance. And so now he's getting his opportunity, and he's kind of making good on it.
And kind of funny, similar for Chris Barrett. Didn't start as the starting quarterback here, bounced around, and then finally settled behind Izzy, who looked to have settled the position and then got hurt. And then since then, Barrett's played well. He does have his limitations, but he's played well within his reads, within his tosses, and so far has this Glacier Boy team rolling on the verge of a touchdown here.
They'll go back to Aline. Tries to lower the shoulder. Helmet pops off as he goes straight into Cecil Cherry.
You have to wonder, this Zappers defense on the field for a great deal of time in the previous game because their offense refused to stay on the field for more than one play, right? No fault of their own, right? Their offense scored on one play on 6 of their drives or seven of their drives, and so you have to wonder, right? That's a lot of hitting, a lot of banging, and Cecil Cherry being one of those bangers on that defense, he gets up and shakes his hand off a little bit. I wonder how their stamina is going to hold up here against these Glacier Boys.
Yeah, and again, there was a lot of contain necessary against Terry Jones. That means that's a lot more running and coverage by linemen. I know that sounds weird, but you get the edge, right, rather than just driving backwards in pure power. And so they did do a good job of rotation, like I said, but, being out there for twice as long as the other defense is still twice as long as the other defense.
Second and goal on the 4. That's Jamil in motion here for the Glacier Boys. They'll keep it with Aline, and he runs right into a host of Zappers. And they'll drive the super back in the wrong direction. Good fight there from Tobias Cook. Cook played some semi-pro football in Germany after attending McKendree University, and another guy here in the FCF that has taken a bit of a circuitous route to continue his pro football dream.
Circuitous. I love it. Outstanding word choice. But this is where you kind of miss the running quarterback right here down in the progressive blue zone. This is where you see a quarterback in design runs, you pick up an extra blocker, or just in pass plays where you get a chance to scramble around and find an open target or run the ball in yourself. You just don't get that element from Barrett.
Unless he completely fools the entire facility and takes it himself on the QB keeper. So that's out there as well.
Tight end just came on the right side, so let's keep an eye on what the Glacier Boys do with this.
Here we go. Third down here. Little bobble. Barrett able to hang on. Firing complete. Touchdown, Bryson Aline.
Feels like that's the only way you can truly beat Cecil Cherry. It's in cover. Get him on to a running back here. And Cecil almost there, but Bryson Aline, he's a faster man.
Bryson Aline is just too quick. When you get up on the linebacker and you get that 1-2 and then break right out, I mean, it's very difficult on any linebacker, especially a bigger banger of a linebacker like Cecil Cherry.
Jet saying it, they're picking up the song playing in the background. Whoop, there it is.
And for Bryson Aline, he's typically been rushing the football. He gets the catch here. And now Jamil looking for 2. Jamil turning, can't haul that one in. Facing some tough pressure there from the Zappers, and that'll leave us all even at 6.
That was the ball.
Good start to this one between the Glacier Boys and the Zappers. Bryson Aline is in. The Glacier Boys have tied things up. We'll take a timeout and return to Pullman after this. So Bryson Aline, who had 6 touchdowns on the ground and came into the weekend first among Superbacks in total rush yards. Well, he has his first receiving touchdown of the season here in the FCF, and he's got the Glacier Boys tied with the Zappers at 6. Back to the Zappers, back to the ground attack, and this time it's Josh Robinson. We saw Shuncy Thomas peel off a nice run on their first possession. Second time around, Superback again, different guy, same result.
I know we're putting emphasis on heavy hitters, the defense for the Zappers having played earlier, but so did Block Party. Block Party was the other team in that. So Zappers getting both offensive line and defense that have played back-to-back, but it was a great hole here. And so this Block Party squad open up lanes and keeping the Zappers rolling.
That second look courtesy of Great Clips. Look great, feel great, perform great. You can follow Great Clips for tricks, tips, and trends. Rolling clock here as we near the 10-minute mark
right, jet
in
left.
this first half.
GQ flash pop. GQ flash pop on first down, ready.
GQ what? Watch that tight end.
So go lead.
Stay outside and inside.
You hear the offense and the defense here.
You hear the offense is going to go on first down. So the first down they hear they're going to snap it. And the defense is ready for that tight end pop pass that's come all so familiar.
Oh. Stu, little confusion. He throws downfield and incomplete. He was trying to find Josh Johnson, who had a touchdown in our last game.
You heard the defense before the play. Hey, watch the tight end, watch the tight end. The tight ends, they clamored early in the season to try to get the ball a lot more, and they started to get it. And so now the defense is paying a lot more attention.
Shop FCF gear and save. Use promo code GameDay20. You can scan the QR code on the bottom of your screen or head to store.fcf.io. There is a variety of great fan-controlled football merchandise. You get 20% off with the code GameDay20, but you have to use it on game day. So head to the store now and get your FCF gear.
Dev, as a QB, you know that one where it's like, all right, you're getting pressured, you got to roll out, and they're going to option. Either turn to your inside shoulder, turn to your outside shoulder. Stu, that one thought he was turning to his inside shoulder, no one there.
Twins right.
Hey, watch that tight end.
You hear the defense calling about the tight end again.
Yeah, I know.
They better watch out for this tackle eligible. We saw a tackle catch a ball earlier, and there's nobody covering him.
Big Erlington Jones with a touchdown. Stu here. This time he does connect to Johnson, who is at a play with a first down. So great night here for Joshua Johnson, the native of the state of Georgia. Comes in with no catches and has a touchdown in our last game, and now is able to pick up one here.
And they called it. Watch the tight end, watch the tight end. Well, Austin Jones, Mr. Bobby Boucher, watch him catch it across the face. That's a tough one, though, because he fakes the block and then goes on out. That's always tough to read.
Yeah, he does a good job of in protection, and a lot of times for a tight end, and when you're in protection and you have nobody that you need to block, you can get out on the route, and he takes off on a shallow cross. And even if he were to just go on the shallow cross initially.
Indy right pop, first down.
Remember, they have a linebacker or a defensive lineman chasing him across the field, and so he has that advantage. And you can hear that Indy pop again, so the tight end is probably going to hesitate just for a second and then get that tight end pop pass right down the field.
And it is Stewart rolling right, directing traffic, throwing to the end zone. What a grab! Back in the end zone. And what a night for this tight end, Joshua Johnson. No scores coming into this weekend, and now he's got 2 touchdowns on the night.
He has no dance moves prepared. I know we had other people that had him all the way back, but Johnson.
I mean, his ability to sift through the trash is what we call it with the linebackers and defensive line. He finds his way all the way through. But how about this throw? This ball is stuck in his face mask. I mean, that is about as good a ball as you can throw. Stu has come to play, and this is like Little Giants, man. I mean, right there. Right with the defender draped all over. I mean, what a throw and what a catch with those strong hands.
Zapper fans have confirmed a 2-point try.
Nice job by Johnson, finding a way, because in so many instances you get tripped up with trying to cross the field and get through all the trash, and he does a good job of doing it.
A beautiful route, and a 2-point conversion is there for Isaiah King. Cut in, went out, good for 2. Brought to you by Experian Boost.
Timeout.
And the Zappers are in front 14-6. 8:02 to play, first half. We'll take a timeout and return. Jay Stu making the icebox proud. Right into the face mask. Glacier Boys back to work on offense, trailing 14-6. After our last game, I have to like settle back into a normal flow here.
Right, yeah. And the chat settling in on with us. The Zappers fans are starting to turn into Yappers fans, hopping on in. Balboski saying, Stu low-key a dog. Mr. Mimic saying, Stu a dog. Everyone's saying Stu a dog, and then Austin Appleby saying tight end gang showing up here.
Back to a lean. Tries to burst through a hole there, but he is stopped from behind. Tobias Cook.
That was a good one because we've seen Bryson Aline break those off. As much as it was still like a 5-yard gash there, Tobias Cook stopped a full head of steam. Bryson Aline, which is different than the one in the backfield.
I think it's important to note, Andrew Jamil, we talked to Richard Sherman earlier, he just hasn't made his stamp on this game yet. Is he a person that the ball is not necessarily forced to, but maybe a play is designed to get him the ball and get him ingratiated into this game here early?
Right, he had a huge game in week 1. Then he was quiet 2 through 4. And then had a good game last week. But again, this is the franchise player. This is the foundation in which this Glacier Boy organization is built upon.
He's the innermost receiver to the left of your screen.
Go.
Miscommunication there, just mistimed as Barrett was looking for Bird. Also for the Glacier Boys, see AJ Green has taken the field here wearing number 15, and we'll talk about him momentarily. In the meantime, don't miss out on the TO Zone. It's airing live now on the Fubo Sports Network. The exclusive coverage. You can catch all the link to Terrell Owens' VT footage here, him mic'd up, and now you can watch him broadcast this final game involving his former team, the Zappers. It's exclusive coverage only on the Fubo Sports Network, airing now. But you got AJ Green, huge following online. YouTube creator, and now an opportunity to show what he can do on the field.
Yeah, AJ Green
empty left, 30
huge
snaps.
on TikTok, huge
Empty
on
left,
social
30 snaps
media.
on one-on-one, ready.
Played over at New Haven, has bounced around, and one of the biggest football content creators out there. Puts it on for the youth, but now having the opportunity, shut up haters, having the opportunity to go into a live competitive environment that all of our NFL pros, all of our guests have come on in and said, this is real football. AJ has the opportunity, here we go.
And he gets drilled, and that one is dropped. Green tries to go for a bit of a wide receiver screen, and Mike Lee tees off.
You know, these Zapper guys know all about AJ Green, right? They know all about his social media following and the videos and the hype videos and the Malton guys videos. And they're going to say, hey, welcome to the FCS. Right, so he's got a bit of a target on his back. Let's see if we can get that ball to him a little quicker if you're Barrett, right, so he can have a chance to do something with it. The ball is high and late, and that's never good for a wide receiver.
Yeah, a lot of bros in the chat after that one, but that one's not on AJ. I'd say that one's on Chris getting there late. Again, that was just regular smash route. Y'all voted for it. Inside guy runs the corner, outside guy runs the hitch, but the hitch came early. The ball came late, and Mike Lee just ran over.
Fourth down here for the Glacier Boys. They still have all of their power-ups, including their progressive 5th down. As we near the 4.5 mark to go.
You see that Poco route with Jamil with all those options, you got to think it's going to him.
Barrett to Jamil, and that one just off the mark again. As Jamil was turning around for that football, it was behind him.
No. He got there.
I mean, the Zappers have an awesome plan. Speed Barrett up. Find a way to get him sped up, right? Make him see ghosts. Make him think that he doesn't have time, and then make sure he doesn't have time, right? They're doing a very good job of showing and making sure they're putting a lot of pressure on him, and he's trying to get the ball out either too early, maybe too late. He's seeing ghosts. His head is spinning right now.
The
They
Glacier
have him
Boys
exactly where
fans
they
are
want him.
voting to flip the field.
Even there, you have just a little bit more time, and so because he's been hit a bunch and because he sees all these guys flying through the middle, he just doesn't understand how much time he actually has. He had a beat more to wait so that Andrew Jamil can come out and he can get that ball, and that'll be a touchdown. So can Barrett stand in the pocket and deliver the ball on time and essentially just take these shots like we've seen so many quarterbacks do in the FCF? That is the question.
Vote underway now for a Wendy's flip the field here with the Glacier Boys failing to convert on that 4th down.
You talking to everybody but me.
That put the Zappers back on offense. That's one of their 3 power-ups. You can see after they're used, they'll turn from yellow to a darker color.
Glacier Boys fans have voted to flip the field.
So it is confirmed Wendy's flip the field. They'll trade field position with the Zappers. This is the FCF version of the punt since there is no kicking of any kind. And it'll bring the Zappers offense ahead 14-6. Back out onto the field, and it's amazing how things can turn around. The Zappers team started off so poorly, able to bounce back now, pick up their first win last weekend, perhaps settling in here with QB Stu, quarterback. They were excited about Kelly Bryant. He undergoes an injury. They have the TO trade. So much movement on that squad, and now maybe finding their identity.
Yeah, and what you like about it as a Zappers fan is your owner, the group of owners, they're still trying to make things work. They're still trying to get the right personnel on the field. And now, look, you got yourself a defense that has a very clear plan. It's to stress out these quarterbacks. You got yourself a quarterback now in Stu. Let's see if you can get another one, put it up 2 scores.
He'll take it himself, breaking tackles, and QB Stu down around the 20. He'll be very close to a 1st down.
Love to see QB Stu take off and run. Right, not the fleetest of foot himself. He's a little bit more mobile than Barrett on the other side, but he gets through the hole and it's pretty clear and sunny, but he's essentially looking to go down pretty soon. Like, he's not really trying to hit his head on the proverbial goalpost that does exist here in the FCF. But you see he kind of moseys his way through and is like, oh, okay, that's enough. That's good. I've done my part.
Stop there by Marquell Osborne, the veteran here, back for season 2 in fan-controlled football.
So that one where you were open,
Play call coming in from the fans. It's voted on by you, the fans of the Zappers, then shared with a group on site before it's radioed into the helmet of the quarterback, in this case, Jason Stewart.
You got James Harden at the top of your screen, or to the right of your screen, one-on-one. It's speed to burn.
It's the pitch to Thomas. He's got the first down. Still moving. Shunsey Thomas is down at the 10, and he had eyes on the end zone, but he picks up a big gain.
Love it. I love to see those running backs get the ball, press the hole, find the cutback lane, and then turn on the burners. Very good job by Shunsey Thomas, finding a way to get to the opening. You can see him here on the outside zone, then press the hole, and then cut it back.
And the tight end right there, Joshua Johnson, he had the touchdown catch. Now he's doing work on the block on the outside. It's a gaping hole on the right side. And when we were talking to Richard Sherman earlier, owner of the Glacier Boys, he said they're going to come out with desperation. We need to match that. But that run, that was desperation. That block, that was desperation. This Zapper squad, they're humming right now.
Here we go. We're going trips right. 51A. First down, ready.
You hear the call from QB Stu as we come up on 1 minute to play. And before they get any further, we will stop the clock with 1 minute left in this first half. Zappers
Time rule is
cruising
in effect.
in front 14-6, and they are threatening once more. We'll take a timeout and come back to Atlanta after these messages.
That's one of the coolest parts about the league, how close you get the players, and the players showing off their personalities. Kelly Bryant, great dude. Still supporting the squad, still here in camp, hoping to get a crack at the playoffs if this Zapper squad can pull off the upset today.
He has been out with injury. We'll see if he can return. Stewart throwing, and that one is over the wall and out of play. He's looking for Johnson again, who has become a coveted target here in this evening session.
You know, that throw, you kind of want to hold him up, right? You want to throw it on the back shoulder with the defender kind of over the top and put it high, right? Johnson's a big target. You put that ball outside and high to make it a lot easier. Maybe a pass interference could have been thrown as well.
I think that was the first time we've seen Jay Stu today force a pass, whereas he had Terrence Williams across the middle. We take a look at the fan IQ for this Zapper squad. It's a close race right here at the top between Not McTuna Fish and DJ Allett. Again, if it comes to tiebreakers, which are head-to-head, it's your head-to-head tiebreaker. If it's tied for that playoff spot, we're going to have a couple teams at 3 and 4. If it plays out that way for the OG division, then our fans with the top IQ will be flown out to call the plays in a special man-up challenge with playoff implications. So make sure you're voting out there. Ryan Bennett, Richard K as well, pretty close.
Stu, the pitch. Thomas somehow getting past defenders, still surging forward. Chauncey Thomas, they'll say he has stopped shy of the end zone in a play that should have been stopped long before that. Chauncey Thomas just kept moving, and this one may go to review.
Yeah, I mean, touchdown or not.
Field is that the runner knee was down in the field of play.
I don't think that's going to stand. I think that's a touchdown. And touchdown or not, Richard Sherman talked about the desperation, right?
Yeah.
That is the paradigm of what desperation and grit and want to looks like. There's no way this play should be successful, but he finds a way. With the playoffs imminent, his knee is not on the ground. That is a touchdown. What a run and what an effort from Chauncey Thomas.
It's close. Marquise Kane is saying that he stepped out of bounds on that line. Let's see if we can watch the line outside as well. Still in. I think he was in the whole way too. I think Marquise Kane's asking for it, but I don't think that's it. And oh, looks like his knee is down. We'll see.
Into the progressive blue zone on that carry. So we'll see if this one goes to review. Haven't gotten that signal just yet. Looks like everyone in agreement. He was down, actually, not a touchdown. No review. They'll go back to Thomas. Thomas looking for a little push from Jay Stu. Not the case. And he'll be stopped short.
I love our referees, man. Referees coming on in and trying to make sure, like, they have order. Again, our refs, they got to learn our specific rules. We got all the personalities here. Our side judge was like, nope, you sure?
Zappers. First timeout of the first half, 30 seconds.
Timeout called. Second look there at Chauncey Thomas, a host of Glacier Boys, in to rip him down.
Correction.
Now 33 seconds
timeout,
left.
Glacier Boys. First timeout of the first half, 30 seconds.
See, this is a smart call by our offensive coordinators, thinking about when the ball goes on over, right? The clock's going to stop every play anyways, but within that 30 seconds, right, it was a run. They didn't want to go all the way down, so they get another play here.
Right.
33 seconds to play, first half. 14-6 lead for the Zappers. Glacier Boys with some confusion here on defense.
Punch it in, baby.
Trying to find the right personnel.
Go!
And a flag on the play. Glacier Boys have 8 guys on the field as the Zappers run that in with Thomas. I'm guessing this will be declined.
It wasn't enough.
Or is it a false start?
See the Glacier Boys motioning.
Illegal substitution on the defense, 8 men on the field. The penalty is declined. The score is good.
Touchdown is there for the Zappers. They decline that extra man on the field penalty as the Glacier Boys were mired in confusion there on defense. Thomas gets his way in.
You can have 11 guys on the field if you don't protect it. Oh my goodness.
That's some sweet chin music. And the cover for 3. The FCF HBK, Shanti Thomas.
Did not see that coming. He kicked him for real. You heard the mic. He kicked him directly in the chest. But you can have 10 guys on the field. If you don't protect the edge, this is going to be the easy walk-in touchdown every time. But let's take a look at this. He really kicked him. Jeez.
J-Stu sells that
Zapper
very
fans have confirmed a 2-point try.
He's gone to the LeBron James school of flopping.
Wow.
Go!
The Harden, who got wide open, broke free of Kane for 2.
Oh, man. I love that. Gets the release and then a little stutter step, too.
Drink it up, James Harden.
Yeah, Marquise Kane, he's a good cover corner. And he was shadowing any of the slant there, but that little feign step possibly going inside gives the outside throw.
I bet you Marquise Kane never thought he'd come up against a guy where he's 3 inches taller than him. Right, that's 5'6" versus 5'9", and 5'6" is a little too quick for Marquise Kane. He's usually the quickest guy on the field.
Shanti Thomas now 45 yards on the ground and a touchdown. As we look at our drive summary, he caps it off with a 1-yard run.
Shout out Cody. Hey, shout out to my nephew Kane.
Yeah, shout out to the nephew. Shout out to the nephew, and as well as, again, chat saying the best celebration this week.
Certainly my favorite.
Glacier Boys having trouble getting all their players on. They had it on that last play on defense and then almost had too many people here on offense.
They seem to have it organized now. And Barrett will throw, and Andrew Jamil, the recipient. Jamil making men miss. To the outside, AJ in the mix, in for 6.
Nish loved it.
Only a matter of time before Andrew Jamil got on track, one of the most dynamic receivers in this league, and took a short gain and turned it into something big.
He's just got a feel for knowing where to post up and how to get open. He finds himself in the middle of the zone, and then the rest of this is all Andrew Jamil, right? Finding a way to juke and run, the speed, and then he sticks his foot in the ground, crosses the field, and that's a touchdown, right? We waited for the opportunity for Andrew Jamil to make his stamp on the game, and there you have it. That's a great response from the Glacier Boys.
Fans have confirmed a 2-point try.
And that's what Richard Sherman was talking about, the appreciation for Jamil and what he brings as we get ready for a 2-point conversion now. Barrett working with Bird.
This is important.
And Cedric Bird, clutch, hauls it in for 2 to get an important Experian boost 2-pointer back for the Glacier Boys. They trail now 22-14 with 17 seconds left. And for Andrew Jamil,
We make plays.
adding in another touchdown, he does make plays. He's got 8 touchdowns now. That leads the FCF from a receiving standpoint.
Yeah, chat.
Good job,
Now we got our Glacier Boy fans hopping into the chat. Jamil is unreal by Capture Rapture. High Spacely, hem. He's hopping in, the real deal Jamil. Let's see what else.
Lots of rhyming in the chat right now.
Right?
That touchdown was big because with 17 seconds left, the Zappers cannot put it in the end zone. The Glacier Boys get the ball at the half, right? Remember, they deferred at the rock, paper, scissors. And so that was a huge touchdown with not a lot of time wasted. And the Zappers are going to come up here and try to respond.
And the extra point to still make it one possession. Again, I feel like extra points get forgotten in our league a lot of the time. It can turn one possession to 2. And again, Glacier Boys having trouble getting all of their defenders on the field.
Stu rolling right, takes it himself, gets a nice block down the sideline, walking the tightrope, and picks up a big first down. You see he's pushed out of play with 7 seconds left. Fans, make sure you join us here in Pullman Yards. If you're anywhere in the Atlanta area, you don't want to miss fan control football action live and in person. Get your game day experience passes. Head to fcf.tixer.com. A variety of price ranges, and you can join us here in luxury boxes, VIP, general admission, whatever works for you. We'd love to see you out here at Pullman Yards to enjoy some fan control football action. We are serving cocktails as well.
1, 2, 3, Zappers!
Zappers! Zappers! Come and see the Zappers! here at Pullman Yard.
I've got to say, though, runs like that are why quarterbacks get crushed into the wall. Like, it looks like he could have gone out on his own 20. He tiptoed all the way down to the opposing 10. And I think a couple of Glacier Boy defenders held up, but man, great run here by Stewart. Now they might score.
7 seconds left. Stewart to the end zone all day. James Harden. His second touchdown in this one. With just 3 seconds left.
Oh man, Marquise Kane got put in a blender as James Harden just hit him with a corner post. I'm not even sure what happened, but I cannot wait to see this on replay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if he went corner post. I think he just stuck his foot in the ground, and he's so quick, right? This is the issue when you have a taller DB playing against a smaller guy. You're just too quick off the line, and then you're too quick in your movements at the top of the route. And I'm just telling you, Kane did not expect to see a guy smaller than him making him fall all over the place.
Confirmed the 2-point try.
Gotta love the Zappers! Zappers!
Here's Williams. That one is out of play. So no 2-point conversion there. With 3 seconds left, they do leave a little something for the Glacier Boys now, who will have one last chance to go downfield before intermission.
Man, I say, hey, that touchdown's big because you got to get the ball back, and now you got to have one score. And then Stu makes a big run and then caps it off with a nice touchdown throw to James Harden. But there's still 3 seconds. Maybe, you know, Andrew Jamil can pull another rabbit out of the hat and make another play.
Time for one play. James Harden, meanwhile, off to a great start. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns. His first receiving TDs of the season.
And this is what I've expected from this Zappers squad. They've always had weapons around them, too. Very solid running backs. You've got a ton of playmakers on the outside. They've just been missing the guy at the controls. And this looks like a very dangerous 1-4 squad.
Look at the drives, 4 touchdowns. Here's Barrett going downfield, looking for Green, intercepted. And out of play, the Zappers come up with the pick to close out this first half. The takeaway by Mike Lee. And that's how our opening 20 minutes comes to a close. Like, whoa, indeed, DJ. 28-14, Zappers are in front at the break. We've got a High Life brew break on the way. It's the iconic beer of Florida, a uniquely tropical style of an American IPA. We're back after this. Lanky and the guy finishing up their set here at the break.
They're great. They're so good.
Multi-talented.
They legit make songs and beats out of nothing on the fly. Give them a suggestion, they go.
Andrew Jamil trying to make something happen there with a one-hand grab, just a little too far away.
All right, Glacier Boy fans, you're down 2 scores. Our first play back is a throw, and you have Bryson Aline in your backfield. Just wanted to throw that one out there for you. Don't abandon Bryson Aline. Give him some opportunities.
Opening moments, second half. Zappers at 1-4. This is must-win territory if they have any hopes of a playoff berth. Remember, top 2 teams in each division get into the postseason. Glacier Boys, they're really in a situation where they can't afford to lose either. So everyone trying to get into position to make one last push next weekend, next Saturday, week 7. That's the end of the regular season here in the FCF before we head to the playoffs.
Liquidator in the chat getting on me because I'm saying, like, run on first down. We'll get some yards.
Barrett, that's trouble. Taken away, intercepted, came up short, and Mike Lee with the pick. That was intended for Jamil.
Mike Lee, again, this is back-to-back. This defense played earlier. Mike Lee making plays.
Mike Lee, the safety out of New Orleans, played his college football at Kansas. He was a all Big 12 selection and has brought that intensity here to the FCF.
Jumping in the air while getting hit is not conducive to success. Takes his shot and kind of just throws his ball up for grabs. And this isn't Jamil's game, right? He isn't the jump ball guy. He's the he's the route you up guy, right? He's going to run this route. You're going to think you're going this way, going the other way. That ball's just thrown up for grabs, and Jamil he tries to play defense, but there's nothing he can do.
Now let's get more now from Liv Moots.
Yeah, I talked to Andrew Jamil during halftime, who was pretty direct and to the point. I asked him what they needed to do in the second half, and he said it's pretty simple. Our defense needs to get more stops. And he kind of took some ownership. He's like, I got to make some plays in the second half, and he knows that, which to me shows his leadership. He's definitely frustrated. He knows what they need to do, so hopefully they can get it done.
Meanwhile, the Zappers back on offense, and it's Terrence Williams able to make the grab. It was that Zappers defense, as Liv was talking, Glacier Boys, third stop for that Zappers D, so they're doing the job.
Yeah, Glacier Boy defense shutdown squad, they're starting to rotate a couple players in on defense. Isaiah Edwards getting a shot, Edwards Island there on the left side. And then on the opposite side, we got Marcus Clayton coming on in at corner. So taking a step back here is the duo of Marquise Kane and Marquill Osborne. You see them out there all the time. Get a little substitution here for shutdown squad.
This is what that Zappers defense has done. A couple of takeaways, turnover on downs. I want to give a shout out to our FCF broadcast partners, everyone watching at twitch.tv/FCF, also on NBCLX, Peacock, and our international viewers on
Back
DAZN.
left. Back left. Back left.
James Harden.
Stewart stepping up, looking away towards the end zone. A touchdown is there. The amazing night continues for Joshua Johnson. I mean, Glacier Boy down in the end zone.
It's a smorgasbord out there. I mean, just a bevy of options. Everybody's running open, and QB Stu is delivering early and on time like a Grubhub delivery. We're going to call him Grubhub QB Stu.
Delivering like a delivery. Stu to Johnson.
Yeah, and just a reminder on the stakes in this game. If the Zappers win here, that means the Beasts are alive too, the Zappers are alive, and Glacier Boys still alive, but it makes this whole OG division wide open for that #2 playoff spot. Again, top 2 in each division goes through. Whereas if the Glacier Boys wins, it eliminates the Zappers, and then the Beasts will need some help in that last game. But man, what a surprise here, and a pleasant surprise for Zappers fans who've just been suffering this whole season except last week.
And that's Austin Jones, who is the injured player, now able to walk off on his own power. 16:32 to go in this second half. 34-14, Zappers
the biggest mismatch on the field.
ahead, and looking to add 2 more.
That's what a wheel of a man can do.
Also, fans in the chat asking, who's the first place in OG division? As goes Hunter 1974. Yes, it's the Should Have Been Stars. They're on top.
2 more, courtesy of Experian boost to Isaiah King. And the Zappers rolling right now, 36-14 there in front.
That way.
Yeah, I can't say enough about the play of Jason Stewart, but not just his play today, but his journey, right? Where, you know, he has an opportunity, he doesn't make the most of it for whatever reason, right? Maybe the defense doesn't play well enough and he's not making good decisions. Whatever the case may be, it was the perfect storm. He gets moved out of the rotation, finds himself on teams where the quarterback just happens to be playing outstanding, right? Happens to be playing good. He doesn't get opportunity. And then the Zappers have an opportunity for him in that blockbuster trade, and now he is taking full advantage.
Yeah, it's a great story, and a lot of the people that are starting to capitalize on it are these Zappers fans that have been waiting and craving for touchdowns. Not McTuna Fish, been leading the way there, Richard as well, and they're making some nice calls. Again, nothing here for Jamil as they're trying to get him the ball. That was a receiver run on the zap across and didn't quite work.
Yeah, Tobias Cook is there. And great comment in the chat from Eagles 7676. Zappers have found their form late. Scariest thing to face is a team that is hot late in the season, and that's what the rest of the FCF might be dealing with here going forward. As we get a second look at that takedown from Cook. courtesy of Great Clips. It's the world's largest salon brand with over 4,400 salons throughout the United States.
Hey, Mom, I love you. I love black women too. I love Bree.
Loves mama.
That's enough. That's enough.
Everybody loves mama. Everybody loves mama. Musa loves mama. I love mama. Greg loves mama. Everybody loves mama. All right.
Okay.
4-yard loss on the Jamil rush. And a second down on the 6. Barrett will throw. That's good. And there's A.J. Green coming up with his first reception here in the fan-controlled football league.
Gets a fortuitous bounce on the fumble. Right, he catches it moving across the field extremely quickly and swift. You see he has hands, but on those YouTube clips, you don't do a whole bunch of tackling, right? So he hasn't been tackled in quite some time. He's putting the ball away, but it fumbles right back into his hands.
1, 2. Yeah, okay, that's a catch. That's a catch.
And then the recovery.
Who's there to break it up? Quantez Diggers and Mike Lee.
First catch, first fumble, first recovery. Look at that, covering a lot of bases, filling up the stat sheet there for A.J. Green.
Here's our passing yard leaders for the Glacier Boys. Calvin's 22 and Broncos 420. These are the two that we always say at the top here. Boykin for MVP, starting to drop down the leaderboard. Normally we see him all the way up there, Glacier Boys, but not the case right now, as this one should be a run first. Yep.
And it is to Aline. Shifty, changing directions. And taken down at the 20. Bryson Aline out of Wilmington, Delaware. Checked in with him earlier this week and talked about how much he loves the spotlight that the Fan Control Football League puts on players, and said he knows he can make an impact, just needed an opportunity. He's getting it here in the FCF.
His vision and ability to feel with defenders that he can't necessarily see is outstanding. You can see him here. Whoop, excuse me. Whoop, nope. Very good job, and he does a good job of somehow protecting himself, right, in these crazy moves that he makes. He sees guys coming from left to right. His peripheral vision is outstanding, and I've loved watching him kind of develop into a premier runner here in the FCF.
It's funny because he has a great idea where his opponents are. That time he almost got tackled by his own center. Kamali Matthews, big 71, came on in to lead block and kind of bumped into him a little bit there. But finally, some running for Bryson Aline. This is what I've been asking for you Glacier Boys fans. There we go. 2nd and 2, one of the first manageable downs here that you've had.
Looking to cut into this 36-14 deficit. Barrett will throw, and that was a mistimed route once again. Looking out for the tight end, Darren Dowdell. A little behind him and incomplete. Defenders in the neighborhood, including Kyle Goodby. Whether you're a Zappers fan, a Glacier Boys fan, whoever you enjoy, you can get their merchandise now. Go to store.fcf.io or scan the QR code on the bottom of your screen. Use the promo code GameDay20, and you can save 20% off your order. But you've got to order on game day. So place that order today. Use GameDay20 and save 20% off.
It's okay. Let's go right now. We got the ball.
And find out if they've made that Zappers t-shirt yet.
Zappers!
And just stick 2 flexing arms on the side of it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I want. I'll buy that.
Zappus? Zappers?
U-H-Z.
Zappers!
Oh, ending in a Z as well. Yes, perfect.
Zappers!
Yeah, can we get a Zappers combo in the Twitch chat? I know y'all can do it. That's a big ask. All right, we got a choice option here. It's either hitches or flies. Let's see what the receivers see.
Go!
Barrett with time. That's good. Out to Dreer. Harrison Dreer muscling his way up near the 10.
All right, I know Glacier Boy fans want to score right away here. Time is going to be a factor, but I like this drive here for Chris Barrett. Settling down after seeing ghosts of Scary Cherry run untouched up the middle, just takes what's given. They get the first down, and now you have a couple yards to play. Plus, it's slightly short of the progressive blue zone, so you have another first down to get here just in case.
Just telling you, he's not going to be that comfortable in his next play. They're sending Scary Cherry up
The
that
Glacier
middle.
Boys fans are voting on a power play.
Not anymore.
Yeah. What their defense loves to do is, though, take a defensive lineman out and put Scary Cherry on the defensive line.
Oh, man, look at that. Oh.
The way Cherry's dancing, I don't think he's coming out, but I don't know. We'll see. He's walking towards the sideline right now.
Hey, you did the right thing. Do whatever
Love
you
these
want.
drone shots that we have here in the
Way to be smart.
FCF, getting closer to the action. If the boxes that are hovering over the field aren't close enough for you, the drone gets right on in and gets angles that you just don't normally see in football. So always great to have
I know,
our
as
to
long
shout
as
out our
defense
drone
gets the stop, we'll be
pilots.
fine.
It's literally someone in production with the headset on, driving that every single play. So shout out to our drone pilot to get closer.
The
and closer
Glacier
to the action.
Boys fans have confirmed the power play. The defense must remove one player until a first down is made, touchdown, or offensive turnover.
One-on-one, ready.
So it is Cherry that comes off as the power play confirmed by the fans. It's the Gatorade power play here, 7-on-6, until they get a first down, a touchdown, or a change of possession. Glacier Boys need some points in a hurry here.
Here go.
Barrett with the time to throw, and that is incomplete. Right around the goal line, looking for Bird. Cedric Bird already with 2 grabs on 4 targets. He's got 28 yards.
Is that man, no gloves Barnes. Again, I've been saying it. He's gotten more and more playing time on this heavy hitter squad as the season has come on. And just living up to the name again. It's a low pass, but just shoves him and dishovels the ball out of Bird's grasp. And Cedric Bird, earlier in the season, he was on Aoki, and he had a lot of time to get open. He's really good at route running, but had a lot of drops. That's another one there, maybe iffy because maybe Gardner broke that one open, but Cedric Bird needs to bring those ones in.
56 Swift.
Fans, cast your vote now for our Gatorade Player of the Game. Still 9:41 left, but you can make your pick for who you think should be our Gatorade Player of the Game exclusively in the Twitch chat. Go to twitch.tv/FCF to cast your vote. 2nd and 10, 9:30 and counting in this second half.
Ooh, it's ISO outside.
AJ Green, near side. Here's Barrett to throw. Goes to Jamil. Stiggers had a left hand on it, but it trickled away as Jamil was facing double coverage.
It's kind of what we talked about with Barrett getting sped up. He picked, they're in a 7-on-6. He picked the one guy that has 2 guys on him, right? So that means, mathematically, there's somebody that's wide open on the field, and I imagine it was AJ Green.
Let's show this replay, and I will show you you're correct.
There's just not enough guys to double a guy, and
Look at it. Oh,
AJ Green's wide open.
Oh, my goodness. Devin Damus, right again.
It's just a simple math equation. Obviously, we heard last week that I don't know how to spell, but I do dabble in the arena of math. Ish. Dabble-ish.
8:30 and counting now with a 3rd down upcoming. Glacier Boys only have that progressive 5th down left. You can see at the top of your screen, Zappers still have all 3 of their power-ups done. Or they haven't used them yet, rather. They're sitting there, available.
Okay, quick swap here to keep an eye on. Tight end has come on in, even though this is a run-first play. All plays here in this offense, RPO.
Bird in motion on this 3rd down.
Here we go.
They'll give off to Aline, and he is picked up and taken down just beyond the 10. Coverage there from the Zappers, Jonathan McKinney, closing off that avenue.
Oh, I told you.
Charles Barnes as well in on that stop.
And 6'4", 219, getting low, and picking him up and dropping. It's hard to get your pad level lower than a guy who goes about 5'7", 5'8", but Barnes finds a way to get that 6'4" frame underneath the pads of Aline.
Barnes out of Kansas Wesleyan came into the weekend just 3 tackles, but a big stop there to slow down Bryce and Aline on this 4th down now ahead for the Glacier Boys.
Yeah, and Glacier Boys fans, it's fifth down time. Like, you guys need to go ahead and score here no matter what. If you don't get it on this one, it will move to the 5, but you only get one shot to do it. So here we go. Let's see if this is the right play call right now.
They still have that progressive 5th down left. As they figure out what they want to do. Caleb Irving going out. And they'll bring in a bigger body.
Hey,
It's Kevin Hall.
Still 6 on 7. Still 6 on 7. You got all the regular receivers in here. AJ Green not sitting this one out.
Bigger body. What do you mean by that?
Offensive lineman. Here's Barrett. Incomplete. Trying to find Jameel. Oh, Devin, you've been prophetic, and not to also make you repeat something you've been saying over and over again, but they keep speeding up Barrett, and it's working out well.
Yeah, I mean,
the Glacier Boys fans are voting on progressive 5th down.
Like we saw when AJ Green with the power play, AJ Green's wide open. Well, it's because he's just not giving the plays a chance to develop, right? He's going to come open, but he's not giving it a chance. And there you kind of see the same type of principle where he's kind of retreating and trying to get the ball out. And Richard Sherman talked about it when we talked to him. His inability to create with his legs makes him have to get that ball out. He knows what he is and what he isn't. And what he's not is a guy that can create a whole bunch of plays with his legs, so it speeds him up even more and more. You got to be a special type of human to stand in there, right, as a statue and get hit in the mouth over and over and over again and still deliver.
Confirm the progressive 5th down.
No surprise here, fans confirm it. Glacier Boys will use their final power-up. It's the progressive 5th down. And as Degon alluded to, because they're inside the progressive blue zone, the football moves half the distance to the goal. So it sets them up now inside the 5 with a nice opportunity here in what is truly a must-have with under 6 and counting to play in this second half.
I like this because Cecil Cherry, he's such a gamer, man. He tried to walk back on. He was like, oh, yeah, you know, this is a 5th down. That power play thing must be over, right? No, it's not over because they haven't gotten a new set of downs and they haven't scored. So it is still 6v7 here. Again, as Devin has said over and over again, Chris Barrett needs to take his time and find the receiver that's open.
Barrett takes a look.
Oh,
incomplete, looking for Jameel, and on a 5th down, the Zappers defense holds, and there were so many things at stake there for the Glacier Boys. They obviously needed the touchdown, and they were also closing in on the comeback rule, which will take effect with under 5 minutes left. I've got nothing left to say. It's all Zappers right now. 36-14. Timeout left. Timeout on the field, rather. We'll take a quick break and return. Zappers defense, a stellar performance tonight. 4 stops, 2 takeaways, 2 turnover on downs. And they have the football back in front 36-14 with under 5 to play.
Finish this. Close the gap. Go.
And they go to Robinson. And he stumbles up near the 20, very close to a 1st down.
Good shit. Good shit.
I'm loving the fans here for the Zappers showing up just because I'm sorry, Glacier Boy fans, but the Zappers have been just in pain all season. And now to see a complete game by them, by their quarterback, by their defense, their O-line making pulls for their super backs, it feels great. So shout outs to Cliffy Sellers, who's been in the chat, Brody Niskanen, who's been in the chat. Where the rest of my Zaps out here. Owl hopping on in.
Zap is gonna take it to the house, baby.
This guy's been a big Zappers fan all day today.
Zap is gonna take him to the house, baby!
Oh, man.
No shortage of amazing catchphrases from that man.
How was that? Was that a good impression? How was that? What did you give it?
I thought it was spot on. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, the A's on Bay Bay were pretty good.
Robinson
Big
gets
run.
stood up. They're trying to rip that free. Ball comes loose. Williams had it for a moment, and he does recover. Terrence Williams there with a big-time recovery.
It's not that way. No, it's not. He will pick it up.
Yeah, I think, Jay Stu getting in there because referees pointing the wrong way. Jay Stu making sure he's like, hey, it's not direction. It was where the spot is. That's all that was. That's our side judge. He doesn't let anything get by. See it one more time here.
You know, sometimes when you're fighting for extra yards, you gotta kind of know when it's done. Because when you get held up by the defense, that's when they start to ripping at it, and that's why that ball comes out. Luckily, a fortuitous bounce right into the arms of Terrence Williams. So there's no harm, no foul, just a few lost yards.
Held him up for a while there to finally pull that football free. Terrence Williams, right place, right time, and everything coming up Zappers right now with 2:35 to go. Jay Stu has ideas on going for more and a little too far.
It is, finally. We got to see Marquise Kane go with him the whole way down.
That's speed on speed.
Yeah.
I'd love to see this battle of these two guys. You know, not the biggest guys in the world. I'm just telling you, Kane has never walked into a football game and been much taller than a guy that he's covering all day. It's been fun to watch, though. I think maybe James Harden might have gotten the best of him today, though.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you look at that scoreboard, you definitely would agree with that.
Oh, yeah, that for sure.
This is a shutdown squad that has good DBs again, but the Zappers have had these weapons on their squad for a while. They just didn't have a distributor, so feels good to watch the Zapper squad start humming.
James
Harden, the Glacier Boys squad can get the ball to Jamil, get the ball to Aline. They just got to get the ball to their playmakers.
They'll hope to get it back here with a 4th down coming for the Zappers, and the Zappers going to take a lot of time off the clock and probably bring this down close to 1 minute. Talked about James Harden. 1 rush for 5 yards, 2 catches for 31, and 2 touchdowns. His first 2 scores on the season.
Go!
Stu on 4th down. Gets rid of 1, loses another, and QB Stu across the 20 for a big 1st down with 1 minute to play. A 4th down run sets the Zappers up to try and peel the rest of the time off this clock. Stu a little slow to get up. We'll check on him when we return. Timeout on the field here in Pullman. We are back after these messages. Welcome back. Let's take a look at what transpired here. Jason Stewart on the move. And you see the tackle there afterwards.
See his legs kind of got trapped underneath the defender.
Replays there, courtesy of Great Clips.
Immediately grabbed for his ankle. Hopefully he's all right, but there's not a whole bunch of reason for him to stay in this game anyway. So you can see Patrick Mahomes. Always good to see him. Obviously a name given to himself by himself.
Brandon Pearson.
Yeah!
Big man takes it up the left side for a couple. Looking to get an opportunity for game action here in the FCF, and he's on now.
Greg, he's giving himself quite a few nicknames. You have them all kind of down packed, huh?
There was a Colin Kaepernick, I believe, was one of his other nicknames.
Yep,
you mentioned. These are, again, we're not body shaming. These are names he calls himself.
Yes.
You mentioned Patrick Mahomes. Josh McCouga has interviewed him on the Fan Controlled Show, where he has shared some of his other names. I believe he calls himself like the supersized Russell Wilson. So there's a lot of things out there about the way he refers to himself.
All right, we're within the final 30 seconds of the game, so the clock will stop every play. A little on Brandon Pearson, played football and baseball at Albany State, so he's got part of that like baseball throw type thing. He's got a gun. Definitely a big ball slinger. Let's see if he's able to close this game out here for the Zappers.
Heavy slice, the call for the Zappers fans here. On the ground and not much there with Thomas on the carry. So now 25 seconds left, and again, Zappers just trying to take time off the clock here and pick up another victory. Their 2nd win after starting off the season 0-4. Fans, you can catch the TO Zone. It's airing live now view all the link to Terrell Owens VT footage here and mic'd up and watch him broadcast this final game of the evening. Tune into the TO Zone exclusively on the Fubo Sports Network. Coverage is live now.
I see two heads over there. Yeah, and I think if you're a Glacier Boys fan, this is a little disappointing going into the opportunity to clinch it, but you do have an opportunity to make it into playoffs next week, so you know it's not over yet.
Thomas wrapped up. Meanwhile, should have been Stars fans likely beginning the celebration here with 4 wins. They find themselves secured a playoff berth.
That's right. D-Bomb and the rest of the should have been Stars fans. Shout out to Austin Eckler, always in the chat with us. They'll be the first franchise in the OG division to make the playoffs.
Just a few weeks left, fans of Season 2.0. Don't miss your chance to enjoy Fan Control Football live. Get your game day experience passes now. Go to fcf.tixer.com. You can join us here at historic Pullman Yards.
All right, I like this chat. You ran the ball twice. You know that the clock's still rolling. You do have your Wendy split the field. People want to see what Patrick Mahomes can do. So you did call a pass here. So here we go, our 4th and 13 pass. No matter what, if it goes well, you close out the game. If it doesn't, you got the Wendy split the field. Let's see what he does.
Progressive 5th down if they want to stay on offense.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I say give the ball to James Harden, let him run 10 seconds off.
Here's Pearson to throw, and that's complete to Harden.
Devin
and
Damus!
good for a first down.
He does it again! How does he keep getting away with it?
I mean, seems like the obvious choice, right? The fastest guy, give him the ball, let him run some time off.
I prefer we highlight you as some sort of prophet that can see to the future.
I mean, I do what I can. I'm not a fool and I'm not a scientist, but I do know some things. Obviously, today I'm on it, I guess. Thank you for the support, though.
And look at these Zappers going right back to the run. They're like, all right, cool, we got our first down, let's run it. There's one guy in the chat saying, hook and ladder. But other than that, everyone else going for the run here.
I want to see James Harden throw it.
He can.
Give him the reverse pass and let him throw it. I don't see why not. He's the real James Harden, so.
What?
QB Stu taking a seat after getting tackled previously, and an opportunity now for Brandon Pearson to come on. As a completion just moments ago. 13 seconds left, first down. So Zappers well on their way to victory here, so improving 2-4.
Why you doing like that? They facing him. One of them facing him, the other one is still back there. I got the ball.
All right, it's power play, so if it's any runs, just block the D-line. Second down.
Looks like the Zappers have voted to use the Gatorade power play. We get a good look there at QB Stu's foot. Looks like it's been pretty well wrapped up. Hopefully he'll be in good form for next week to close out the regular season.
I mean, best thing to do when you get an injury, ice it right away. This is, again, power formation. Just a bunch of big dudes. Look at those lineman numbers in there.
Here's the give to Thompson. Now down to 8 seconds, and got the regular season finale on the way next Saturday right here in Atlanta. And this is our lineup. We get it started with the Stars, who are now into the postseason against the Glacier Boys. KOD against Adoki. Zappers against the Beast, and we know Board 8, they've confirmed their spot. They'll take on the Kingpins to close things out. So we keep with the OG and the Ballers matchups here to close out the regular season, and then we will have our playoff picture fully realized come the end of next Saturday night.
Look at Kyle Goodby, man. It feels good. Kyle Goodby getting a win here for the Zappers. Kyle Goodby's mother came out and sang the national anthem, did a fantastic job. You can see performers all across the Goodby family. What do you think, Devin Damus? I wish you guys could see Devin's face right now.
Second down, 8 seconds left. The give to Harden. Tries to turn that corner, and he is taken down. And that looks like it may be the final play. No, 1 second left on the clock.
Clock operator, obviously, doing his job.
Yeah, great job, clock operator.
1 second on the clock. And
A person of principle. They will not let that clock expire.
A person of principle. Come on.
Oh, yeah, Kamish! Kamish has hopped in as well.
Oh, man. It's like a competition.
Kamish and Goodby, we need the picture-in-picture.
Who is the best Q dog on the day? We need to get the picture for sure.
So 1 second left. Kyle Goodby into a full-on routine that is pretty fantastic.
Absolutely. Those Q dogs always. It's like they go to the same practice all the time, but all across the country. Everybody knows how to do it. It's great.
Pearson gives off to Thomas, and the Zappers add one more. And they are in for 6 and close this one out in convincing fashion. A 42-14 win over the Glacier Boys. They win their second in a row to improve to 2-4. Glacier Boys, they dropped to 2-4. And this Zappers team getting dangerous at exactly the right time.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, Richard Sherman
Game
told
is not
us.
over with.
What?
We have to do the try.
Why? Sorry. I couldn't hold that one in.
Yeah. Got to do the try.
There's a 3 count. We got piggyback rides. In the meantime, there will be a 2-point
Zapper fans
attempt.
have confirmed a 2-point try.
There'll be a 2-point try if the Glacier Boys will defend this. We'll see.
Got to do things right here in the FCF. Finish the game, guys.
All right, here comes Isaiah Edwards Island to close it off. He was covering Terrence Williams at the end of that. They were chatting a little bit.
Zappers go 6 for 6. 6 possessions, 6 touchdowns. That's efficiency. James Harden. Did he pull it in with 1? He did. James Harden finishes things off with an Experian boost worth 2 points and a 44-14 rout for the Zappers.
I guess it's over now. James Harden said, you know what, you brought me out for one play. How about a spectacular catch with one hand? He does a great job, patient at the line, goes and sticks that paw out, snatches it in, and then the celebration, right? I always love this. It's so stuck on your hands, you gotta kick it off.
And you got a little look at Brandon Pearson just in case Jay Stu isn't good to go, just in case Kelly Bryant isn't good to go. Brandon Pearson, baseball player, football player, throws a nice little fade, so you got a little look at it just in case.